Keep your head down, do good work quietly, let your results speak for themselves. It sounds humble, it sounds mature. It is also, according to every study of power across 3000 years of history, one of the most effective ways to stay invisible, underpaid, and overlooked for the rest of your life. We like to convince ourselves that avoiding attention, walking away from the prying eyes of an audience, is the optimum state of existence. The people at the top of every field, every single one, knew better. This is law 6. In 1835, a man named Phineas Taylor Barnum bought a blind, partially paralyzed, enslaved woman named Joyce Haight and put her on display, claiming she was 161 years old and had been George Washington's nursemaid. She was almost certainly not 161 years old. Barnum knew this. He didn't care. P.T. Barnum staged outrageous stunts to stay in the headlines constantly. He understood something most people refused to admit, that even negative attention could be weaponized. The novelty and spectacle kept coming back. When audiences began to doubt Joyce Haight, Barnum anonymously wrote a letter to newspapers suggesting she was actually a mechanical robot. People who had already seen her paid again just to find out if this was true. He charged them to debunk his own lie, and then built the most famous circus in American history. Benjamin Disraeli used the same understanding on a completely different stage. The British Prime Minister used wit, charm, and calculated boldness to court attention and maintain influence in the face of adversaries who dismissed him as an outsider. Born Jewish in Victorian England, a country that excluded Jews from Parliament until 1858, Disraeli refused to disappear. He wore flamboyant clothes. He spoke with theatrical flair. He made himself impossible to ignore in rooms that were designed to make people like him invisible. He became Prime Minister twice, not the despite attention he courted because of it. Here is what both men understood and most people never do. Everything is judged by its appearance. What is unseen counts for nothing. Read that again. What is unseen counts for nothing. You can be the most talented person in the building, the hardest worker, the most prepared, the most deserving. If nobody is looking at you, none of it exists. If you find yourself in a lowly position that offers little opportunity for you to draw attention, an effective trick is to attack the most visible, most famous, most powerful person you can find. This is a trick that you have to pull when you are at a low position and you cannot attract much attention to you. You have to do this not physically, not maliciously, but by engaging with them publicly, challenging their ideas, or positioning yourself in contrast to their reputation. You borrow their visibility, their fame, their name. Their audience becomes aware of you. Their spotlight briefly illuminates your face. This is how unknowns become known, not by working harder in the dark, but by stepping deliberately into the light. This is law 6 of the 48 laws of power. Court attention at all costs. Greene's instruction here is precise and deliberately uncomfortable. He's not saying be loud for the sake of it. He's not saying be obnoxious or reckless. He's saying in a world where attention is the scarcest and most valuable resource, the person who captures it controls everything that follows. Standing out and being memorable through bold actions and calculated moves is a strategic advantage, because attention is a valuable resource in every social and professional context. The goal is not fame for its own sake. The goal is to make sure that when opportunity arrives, the people holding it already know your name. This law has never been more relevant than right now. You are living in an economy where attention is literally currency, where the person with 1 million followers gets the book deal, the investment, the partnership, not because they are the most qualified, but because they are the most visible. The researcher who publishes a thread on social media about their own findings gets more impact than the paper itself. The founder who documents their journey publicly raises money faster than the one who builds in silence. The employee who speaks up in meeting, even imperfectly, gets remembered when the promotion conversation happens. Barnum built his empire in 1800s. The mechanism he used is now called personal branding. The law hasn't changed, only the platform has. That was law 6, tomorrow law 7. About the uncomfortable truth behind almost every legendary success, the work that built the reputation, and who actually did it. Thank you.